What's up, my loves? It's your girl Diamond. I am late, but this is my thoughts and my reaction to the Love and Marriage Huntsville second half of the season trailer. And it got me excited, it got me intrigued, but we've been duped by previous trailers of Love and Marriage Huntsville that never matched that same energy. So let's hope what they show is going to match what's going to happen in the scene when the episode airs. So when they come back within the next week and a half, I think we're gonna start off with the girls' cast trip, and everyone is there, including Sunny and Destiny. So we see Sunny and Nell on the boat. They're having a conversation about children. Sunny answers Nell and says, "No, I don't have any children yet, but me and my husband are going through IVF." Destiny is shown looking over. She hears the conversation. It segues into a night scene where they're at dinner, where she wants to check the ladies by having a conversation about children with Sunny about her ex, and that as being her friends, they should know not to engage in those types of conversation that she does not find comfortable. And for me, Destiny, I have this to say to that. Fuck you. You can't tell grown people what they can and cannot talk about. And this is in fact your ex-boyfriend, not your ex-husband. You have no ties to this man. You were only in a relationship for a year. Don't know when marriage was going to come up. And it's so crazy. You are so focused on a relationship that you only have been in a consistent level for a year. And you've had an on and off situation with this man for 15 years. And I don't see how you have all this energy to discuss him when you broke up with him 5 months before him and Sunny ever really officially met and got to know each other on a different level. You claim this man was not the man for you. You made sure he was not the father of the child y'all were supposed to have. So how is it that you want your friends to be sensitive to you? How to have conversations with another woman about having children with her husband? That has nothing to do with you. Make that make sense for me. Sunny can answer any kind of conversation. She can answer any questions regarding her life with her husband. Fuck out of here with that shit. Then we get to a scene where the men, we see Martell, Chris, and Moses. This is going to be a setup conversation about their entanglement, of their dynamic between the three of them, but there's no comparison, there's no entanglement, there's no nothing between Sunny, Moses, and Destiny. We get it. It's a sticky situation, but other than that, what else can we do? It's over and it's done with. I don't like how Chris is making fun of Moses, knowing how Martell is going to set up a scene where he's going to have Moses say something that he shouldn't say, because when it came down to him telling them, my wife is my wife, she's not going to go for none of that. And how Destiny might still be in love with me, I think Martell's going to bring up the conversation he had with Destiny, how Moses might still be in love with her because he kept the name of their business. He kept the name of their child that they were supposed to have. So Moses is going to come back with a rebuttal that's going to make him look even more stupid, which I don't agree with, I don't like, and I don't have time for that. I think we see a segue of Trish being at the same dinner table on the cast trip, explaining how she never had any dealings with Martell. She never fucked Martell. You got Dr. Shanita, Mel's friend, she's there. You got Nell telling her, just tell the truth. She's getting frustrated, saying, I just did. I hated that wig on your head, Trish. And what I don't like is, why did y'all set this up for Melody to be entertaining this? I don't like it. And I said it before. I did not want y'all to make Trisha's and Ken's introduction to the show mainly be about her and Martell. And that's what y'all doing. Excuse me. And y'all doing this as a dig to Mel. Like, why would Mel ever want to be comfortable sitting across from a woman who might have had dealings with her husband at the time? Because this happened around 2020 when she was still married to Martell, but she ended up divorcing him in April. But I don't like it. This should not be something big for us to discover. And of course, all the ladies there, except for Dr. Shanita, are entertaining this. They want Mel's reaction. They want Mel to feel some type of way about it, but she don't feel no type of way about it because she don't care anymore. It shows her walking off, but I don't think she's walking off for that purpose. I think she's walking off for a different scene, which is, I believe, this next scene coming up, which is Stormy wanting to know where does Melody stand when it comes to her fans, because this whole thing with Black Titanic, how Black Titanic got a warrant out for Stormy's arrest for harassing communications. The way that Stormy set up was not cool. And Dr. Shanita came in and said that's not Melody's fault. That's someone who's a fan of the show wanting to discover your information, came to your warehouse to purchase items, you overreacted. You filmed getting overreacted. And she took the film, she took the footage of you being on live, cussing at her, threatening to end her life, threatening for her to get jumped, all this and that and the third without you taking a breath. And you got a warrant out. Take responsibility for your own actions, Stormy. You can't blame your reactions to what does Melody say about it, or how couldn't she? Well, how come she couldn't say nothing? Where do you stand in that? And Melody's saying, I don't have to stand for shit. And here goes Stormy. Say less, say less. No, Stormy, you say less. When it comes down to your mom still coming out after Mel for no reason. And your mom has been coming after Mel since she discovered her on the show. And when she met Mel in person, courtesy of Melody bringing you onto the show, she still never liked her. Still wanted to talk about her. Your mom admitted it on a recent episode that she does go after this person for no reason. Then she gets the backlash. And you know your mom be online talking shit. But for some reason, you don't want to check your mom. You want to just stay quiet. You want to just allow your mom to do what she wants to do. Because your mom is a grown woman. She's stubborn. She don't listen to nobody. Hello? You have direct access to someone who you can check and say stop. Mel don't have no access to Black Titanic. She don't even know Black Titanic. And Black Titanic have never proclaimed to be a millimeter. She covers all things Love and Marriage Huntsville. She don't just talk about you, but that's what you don't like. You want to be liked so bad and accepted so bad by everybody. And on another note, Stormy, your desperate need for undying loyalty, for support from other women is a sign that you're not getting it from your own mom. I mean, your own mom disregarded your feelings when you called her about your arrest. And she said that's what you get for getting on a reality show. And speaking of your arrest, I didn't like the way you wanted to put emphasis on the warrant by saying, oh yeah, but guess what? Harassing communications. Because she used the footage that you were on live about, the whole crying and cussing thing, that didn't happen until you got back inside the warehouse. But you were not crying and cussing at the same time outside, talking to her like that, talking to an elderly woman like that. That's not what you did. But the way you set that up is a way for you to dismiss Melody's decision to put a warrant out for Martell. This is going to cover up the severity of how disgusting it was for Martell to set up that revenge P plot, because he also is convicted of harassing communications and DV charges. The same charge you were so happy to be connected with for some reason, without, actually I can't even say without, because I believe you do know the severity of the situation. I believe you do know how wrong he was for that, but you want to be accepted so bad and you want to disregard another woman's feelings so bad. This is what you accepted, and I ain't got time for it, Stormy. I really don't. Then we get to a scene where all the men, Chris, Maurice, Courtney, Ken, Marceau, and Martell, they're out. Marceau is going to make light of Martell reaching out to Trish in the DMs, because Martell's a hoe. And Ken keeps saying, this was before me, so why am I getting upset? And Martell was telling Marceau, ain't none of your business what I did. This is what I did. Ain't none of your business. So Marceau want to make a joke and say he gonna DM somebody when he's married, knowing that Marceau was aware that Martell has been cheating on Mel the entire time. So him DMing another woman is no shock to him. But he's being an asshole, making fun of Martell. And then Martell trumps him by saying, so this was around the time that me, you, and Maurice went to Vegas. Silence. Maurice and Marceau had nothing to say. You see Maurice already coming up with a comeback. His hand is raised, trying to protect what Martell wants to say to out him and Marceau. So Courtney looks at Maurice and says, you might want to be quiet. See, this is where the buildup that Martell's not playing with y'all. Okay? And we get back to the cast trip where Destiny wants to now say she never slept with Martell. She don't want to sleep with Martell. And if you know him by now, I'm telling you, hell no. First of all, who you bucking at, Destiny? And why would you now use this time, this opportunity, to now tell Mel you ain't slept with Martell before? I don't see how you got Mel to have this conversation with you, because you've been still along with this Melody campaign. Melody was not a real friend to you. Melody never did anything for you. It wasn't a one-sided friendship per usual, as you say. Like, that's the one thing you wanted to clear up, was that you never slept with Martell, but yet you still chose Martell over Melody. You don't see how everything you still been writing off, the things he's done to Mel, you still are defending him? Yeah, interesting. What else? I think we also get, Trish and Ken. Ken is going to defend Trish till the wheels fall off. We end up seeing them at a dinner scene with her estranged husband. He's, all shaken up and torn up over this divorce, over the separation, because he's upset that Ken's in the picture. But Trish don't want to hear nothing he got to say. He apologized, but she's like, "I'll just sign this right here." I don't think she signed divorce papers. I think she signed the fee to file the divorce papers. That's what I think. And I think we get Nell speaking on accountability. I don't know with who, but Mel's name is probably going to get mentioned about accountability because people don't think Mel takes accountability for some reason. And Nell's going to get checked on her latest interview about Melody, how she feels about Melody, because Nell said, "You know how I feel about you." She said, "I thought I did too," until I saw that interview about how she called Melody stubborn, hard-headed, and it's like, oh shoot, Nell. Anybody that I watched that covered that has said you might want to clear that up. They knew that interview was going to come back and haunt you, that Mel was going to reach out and say, "What's up with this?" Then I believe we get the DUI of Maurice. Mel's going to open up the conversation with Shanita about his arrest, how everyone was like, free Reese, but then he get released and then he's on live on Instagram with a bottle of liquor in his hand. So you getting arrested being under influence, I don't think it's in proper manner to come back on Instagram promoting the same liquor you was just arrested on. You got Tisha and Marceau in their construction site place where they're always in a scene where there's never any finished construction. She's talking about it by saying the DUI was the DUI, but it could have been way worse. No, a DUI is worse, Tisha. There's tons of things that's worse, but a DUI is something worse. There's been tons of accidents that have led to the demise of people because of a DUI. So stop. Marceau says, "I'm surrounded by a whole bunch of convicts. You're one too." Stop. Kimmy is now going to have to, deal with answering questions about this DUI. She wants to know what was Maurice thinking, why was this going on in his head. And Maurice tells her, "I don't think you can help me." Because she doesn't know. I can't help what I don't know. So when she's telling him, asking him, what is wrong? He said, "I don't think you can help me." Yeah, Kimmy. The same way that Maurice really wasn't a support system for you when you was going through your cancer, I don't see how you are willing and ready to be that stand-up supportive wife to him when he doesn't even think you can help him. Yeah, that ain't right. How is that he can tell you you can't help him, but he never really helped you in your journey? Interesting. Then we get Martell's arrest. People are going to be, continually talking about his arrest charge. Marceau had an opinion about his arrest charge because he did an interview with Dustin Ross about how he doesn't have any respect for him. And he's wondering, why is Marceau having something to say about it? Because, Martell, it happened and everybody else has been aware of it. Then we get like a family fun day event, I think, where they're all in fun day activity attire. Destiny's in a referee outfit. He said, "What's your issue with me?" He said, "I don't have respect for you, and whenever you're in an interview, you're talking about me when you need to be talking about you." But Martell really don't say nothing about you in his interviews. It's the opposite. You and your brother have tons of things to say about everybody else in y'all interviews and nothing about y'all. Even when his interview with Tasha K, he never really said anything about you. And you say you know more about Martell than Martell knows about you. No, y'all both know things about each other. And that's when Martell in his fishing hat talks about Dude Code, where he blurts out, "Y'all have slept with the same women together," and he ain't never said nothing. And again, without fail, Maurice is already waiting in the wings, trying to protect his brother, trying to double team Martell. That's the same thing they did at the Madani, where Maurice had to step in to defend Marceau, and they wanted to double team him. They wanted to overtalk him. That's exactly how this scene happened. Martell is going off, talking about everything they've done together. Marceau was just sitting there saying, "We've never done that. We've never done that." And then Tisha is in the background saying, "Where the pictures at, Martell? Where the pictures at?" You're not going to ever get the proof you are expecting, Tisha. I don't see what pictures, what proof do you need when it comes to this. Marceau could be in deep with a woman. You can see the whole video and yet you still not gonna do nothing. You can see tons of messages back and forth. You're not gonna do nothing. It don't matter. It don't matter if Tisha has every piece of proof she needs to showcase how her husband has been cheating on her, has been continuously cheating on her, has cheated on her before. She ain't going nowhere. That's my opinion. Tisha knows exactly what her husband is doing and she ain't do nothing about it. That's just like Miss Ellen off of the Braxtons. If you know your husband is cheating and you're not going to do nothing about it, then let the man cheat in peace. And that's what Tisha is doing. So they're calling his name. They're over talking him, trying to get him to not speak. You got Kimmy saying, Martell. Then Martell lets out that Tisha might have slept with, allegedly, his homeboy. And then Tisha not defending herself. Marceau's not saying nothing. And she telling Marceau, can we go now? And it's like, wait a minute. You want to leave after this big accusation just came out? Oh, no, defend your case, man. And Marceau, defend your wife. But he ain't going to do it. So it is a lot. And then they move to another scene where Marceau and Martell are back and forth with each other. You got Destiny in the middle blowing her referee whistle. And it made me think, Destiny, you were in the exact same position you were in when you wanted to keep Martell and Melody from arguing at the Vegas trip. Why are you always in the middle when it comes to Martell arguing with somebody? It never fails how you are always right there defending Martell. You're always right there keeping him in line. Wow. It's just never failed. Did I miss anything? I don't know if I missed anything. I think that's majority what I remember. That's all I can think of. But y'all, that's it. That's all I have. Like I said, let's hope that this second half of the season gives what it's supposed to give. So, yeah, that's all I have. Please stay tuned for the next video. I'm going to see you guys later. Bye. I did forget something. It was a clip continuing on at the cast trip of Tisha screaming, saying, I'm not the one. I am not the fucking one. Don't know who she's talking to, but we see Dr. Shanina walk off and say, I gave her that energy. So it's going to be a disagreement between her and Tisha, but we see Sunny in the background behind Melody. Melody's trying to call her name, Tisha, Tisha. Don't know. But I believe the majority of all the drama that's going to ignite is going to be that cast trip that they might even stretch out for like 3-4 episodes. We don't know. But wow, let's see.